It's the steam room.
Yeah. Ernie, I can smell it in the air. Nothing can screw up March. March Madness. Yeah. Nothing. With all the BS that goes on in sports, in college sports, the crazy NIL rules, the crazy transfer portal, nothing can screw up the March Madness.
And you're getting such a great taste of it with the conference tournaments this week, too. Just great stuff. And look, this show will be a little March Madness heavy because our guests are Jalen Rose and Chris Webber.
Two of my favorite people.
The Fab Five teammates. And hope you'll stick around for that conversation.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome. But we always start, first of all, you got a lot to unload today. Looks like a lot of stings on that list.
I do.
You do?
Well, I lost a friend. When I played for the Rockets, this guy was my physical therapist. His name was Russ Payne. You know, I had a couple great physical therapists in my life, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but two guys have always been there for me. There's a guy in Alabama for Dr. Andrews named Kevin Wilk. He was always amazing. But when I got to Houston, I was finished as a player, basically, and I kept breaking down. But there was a guy named Russ Payne, man, who pieced me back together. And I had 2 good years and 2 crap years. But I just want to reach out to Russ's family and say, hey, man, thank you for everything you did for me. Died suddenly the other day. I got a bunch of texts from people in Houston, but just a great dude.
I never had the pleasure of meeting him, but I'm thinking a physical therapist named Payne.
Yeah. And there's always pain in physical therapy.
Exactly.
I love it. It's like when doctors push somewhere and that hurt. Yeah, fool, that's why I'm here. Doctors always do that.
Don't call a doctor foo.
Okay, say that for
They're
Kenny
trying to help you.
Yeah, okay.
All
right. I got to congratulate SGA, 127.
127 straight games of at least 20 points, topping the record held by Wilt Chamberlain.
Hey, listen, man. Anytime you're on a list with Wilt Chamberlain, it's pretty special. And, you know, he's a great player. Seems like a nice kid. He's always tremendous when we interview him, and I just want to.
He gets it, man.
He gets it.
I like his outlook, and I
don't understand why all of them don't get it.
With him, huh?
I don't understand why all these fools don't get it.
Well, not all do.
Dude, you a basketball player, or a football player, or a baseball player, or a hockey player. You're great at something, but you're not important. You're not a teacher. You're not a fireman. You're not a policeman. You're not somebody in the armed service, and you make a load of money for playing something stupid that you love doing.
I just think he gets the team concept more than
I just love that, man. So
a lot of guys do.
Hey, all you guys should get it. Don't take yourself that serious. You play basketball, okay? Let's get that out the way. Okay, so this is a very slippery slope on this right now for me because Bam 82.
83.
83. Was it 83?
It was 83.
Okay.
There you go, trying to shortchange him.
I'm not going to say anything about Bam out about or bad because I like him a lot as a person. I think he represents everything that's good about the game. There was clearly some things about that game I did not like.
Like?
The fouling. Just giving him the ball every single time. But you know what?
He says if you want to blame somebody, blame Brian Keefe, the Wizards head coach. He said he shouldn't have waited till I had 70 to start throwing another guy at me.
Yeah, but like I say, Bam, great accomplishment. People gonna have a debate, but I'm never gonna say anything bad about Bam because I got love and respect for that guy. He represents everything good about the NBA.
Right.
All right, this one here is tough for me, Ernie. I want to make sure I get this right. There's a kid.
Oh, here come the huge glasses. I know this is important.
Hey, kid. When the other idiot kids call you 4 eyes, still don't pay them attention. Most important thing to be able to see, kids.
I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying,
the
okay.
most important thing.
Now we've reached the welding portion of the steam room.
Ernie, I got to be serious now. There's a hockey player in Rhode Island named Colin Dorgan. Colin Dorgan from Rhode Island scored the game-winning goal.
Yes, indeed.
To get his team into the championship. The championship game is March the 18th. And what's amazing about Colin and his team, his dad, a month ago, came to a hockey game and killed his mom, his brother, and his grandfather.
Yeah, people probably have seen that video on the news and the gunshots while the hockey game was going on and players are scattering to getting off the ice. Yeah.
This kid lost his mom, brother, and grandfather because his father was a fool. This kid scored the game-winning goal in double overtime. You can't make this stuff up.
It was an amazing thing to see.
You can't, Ernest, like sometimes when you see sports, you're like, I don't believe what I just saw right there. And like, they get the championship game is March the 18th. It's coming up, obviously. But man, to lose your mother, brother, and your grandfather because your father is crazy. And I'm not even sure I would have been able to finish the season, to be honest with you.
No.
But for him to, and obviously the team and the community had to rally around that kid. But man, I just say, Colin, man, I ain't, that's not anything I can say to you, but man, way to battle, man. For you to lose those people and still go play hockey and score a game-winning goal, and the joy I saw from the fans and your coaches and your players.
That image of him next to the glass when all the students and the fans are there, it's amazing.
So, man, sports are important. They're not the most important thing. I keep telling you fools this, but they're important.
They do provide moments that transcend everything.
Everything.
Chuck, they do.
You can be having, obviously he's having the worst year of his life. And obviously he's a young kid, but man, I just want to thank him for bringing some joy to my life. Because when I got the story, I was like, man, this kid has been through so much, and he's a kid.
Yep.
For this kid to do this, man, hey, man, March the 18th, I'm going to be looking to see if y'all win this thing. Y'all got to win this thing now. Well, first of all, y'all already won. Y'all already won. But, man, you got a fan, and March the 18th, I'm going to be watching.
Yes,
I find it somewhere.
No, glad you brought that up.
Yeah, man, that was amazing.
That it for First of All?
That's it, brother.
Can we have one more look at you with the welding glasses on as we go to break?
Hey, listen, so all you people going to lose y'all job because of AI. Think about welding.
Mm-hmm. No, look at that. Also very effective if you want to burn up a couple ants on the sidewalk. All right, we'll be back.
These things are huge.
They are. Those are big things.
But I can see.
Look like rec specs. We're going to take a break, and then Jalen Rose and Chris Webber join us in the steam room. We welcome you back.
Yes.
Inside the steam room. Great time of year.
Two of my favorite people. This is my favorite time of it. This is my last
March Madness.
This is my last NBA game.
Yeah.
And then I go into the fabulous time of the year.
Oh, and
like
I
that,
see what you did there, because we've got two iconic. When you think of March Madness and you think of iconic figures, these guys, Chris Webber and Jalen Rose from the Fab Five, early 90s at Michigan. Man, it's great to have both of you together here. This is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Appreciate the love.
This is our first interview in a while doing together. I don't know if I remember when we were doing it, so it's great to have you two guys and to be able to talk.
I would say 20 years ago on Best Damn Sports Show, we did a buddy interview. That was the last time we've done this, EJ and Chuck.
Nice pull on Best Damn Sports Show. Hey, you know the only rule of the steam room, right?
What's that?
Keep your towel on.
Keep your towel on. Good.
So I want to introduce a word that I use a lot when I go to the gym. It's called executive workout. Mm-hmm. And that includes the steam room with the vapors and all of that. Do y'all use that when y'all get into the steam room?
We use it all.
Hot and all of that good stuff?
Well, yes. My executive workout, I sit in the whirlpool for a half an hour and in the steam room for a half an hour. That's like that's my executive workout. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I might do a couple executive barbells.
No, there's no barbells in my future.
Little 10-pounder, and grunt and groan. Anyway, so here's a question I thought of for you two knuckleheads. What's more likely to happen? the Michigan Wolverines go to the Final Four or the Detroit Pistons go to the NBA Finals?
Oh.
Ooh, that's exactly the reaction I wanted. Oh.
I'll say Michigan Final Four because that's going to happen first. And then the Pistons also going to make it to the finals, EJ. I think both of them are going to take place this year. It's our turn. It really is. And a lot of times people think we being homers because, you know, Detroiters, we're very uniquely loyal to all of our squads. Like my relationship with the Lions it's an abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? It really is. They made the playoffs last year. We lost both of our coordinators and won 15 games. And this year we didn't even make the playoffs. So, like, Detroiters, we're really, like, ride or die for our teams. And I, believe Michigan can make the Final Four, win the championship, and the Pistons can make the finals.
Now you've had sufficient time to hear what your cohort has to say. What do you think and see?
I think to truthfully answer the question, I think it's more likely Michigan makes the Final Four because they're top four. They're good. They're experienced from other places. And when you have a young team like the Pistons, I'm just excited about this year and the next 4 to 5 years is, you know, they feel themselves out, have some wins, losses, some heartache. So I would say, you know, I think Michigan's more likely, but I think I have the unique experience of going to 2 marches. I went to the Million Man March in Washington, D.C., my brother Juwan and a whole bunch of teammates. And I went to the Million Man March when we lost 0-16 in Detroit and put a paper bag on my head and made sure I let them know how unhappy I was there too. So I've been abused by my Lions as well.
Millen.
Yeah. You know what's actually, number one, I think it's great when the Pistons do well because you can't tell the NBA history without talking about the bad boys. But what's really funny about that question, man, it's been a long time since you've been able to say that. Mm-hmm. That the Pistons were like, because, you know, they've done a hell of a job there. Obviously, Cade and Jalen and Tobias and all those guys. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, the elephant in the room is Jason Tatum because they probably were favored 3 weeks ago or had a really good chance. Now, everybody's jumping on the Boston Celtics bandwagon. So I can't wait. And we got the East this year. So, Jalen, when we come to Detroit, you're going to take me and Ernie out. So get a good place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, so, guys, you know, March Madness, with all the issues going on in college sports, nothing can screw up March Madness. But I've told you this, Jalen, I told this, Chris. I only have, you know, when you're in the NBA, you're busy. And back in the old days, before they did that great TV deal where they showed every game, which is one of the most groundbreaking things in television history. Because back in our day, you got the one game they want you to see, and it was going to be like North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, somebody like that. The little schools had zero chance of getting on television, and you only saw the game in your region. So it's a groundbreaking thing. But I just want to say this. When I played in the NBA, it's only 2 things I remember. The first thing about March Madness was Magic Johnson against Larry Bird. I think I was in high school then, if I remember. Or maybe I was a freshman somewhere in there. But the Fab Five was like, it was must-see TV. Because when you start reading the story, Jalen, when did y'all realize, because I know, Coach, first of all, the documentary is incredible. But
thank you.
When did y'all had to get together and think about maybe we should all go to school together? What was that little thing going on?
So, Charles, you know we love and idolize you. And Ernie, you know you're a legend in the game. We appreciate you and forever grateful. And for real, we literally were just sponges of the shoulders of the giants that we stood on. So we grew up idolizing John Thompson and those Georgetown teams and UNLV and those squads. And so, like, C. Webb and I, for those that don't know, played together in AAU when we were 12 or 13 years old. We played for a team called the Super Friends. So we talked about trying to play high school together. And initially, we were trying to make that happen. It just didn't go down. So we were like, we're going to go to college and play together. So we felt like that was happening regardless of whatever school it ended up being. And so as we continued to play in high school or whatever, obviously C-Webb, Mr. Basketball, #1 player in the country, Juwan signed to Michigan. We all go to the McDonald's game. That's when we all meet. And I know you remember this, C-Webb. We arranged it so we can join rooms that had a shared bathroom. And we sat at the McDonald's game and we talked all night about, oh man, we're gonna go to the same school, we're gonna change the game. It was me, C-Webb, Juwan, and Jimmy King. And so we were like, man, we're gonna go undefeated, we're gonna win it every year, we're gonna da-da-da-da. And we didn't do that, but we ended up going together. And the amazing thing about that time is that's when people were choosing schools where they can beat a guy. And it was awesome to be joined by, multiple other All-Americans who did something special like U of M.
Chuck, when you played with like the Wayne and Tisdales and others, and you had guys that would let you do your job and then you would help them do their job. Juwan came to me in the middle of the year because Jalen and I had been wanting to go to high school together. But I was going to Michigan State or somewhere else, Duke, and I got recruited, and I didn't think, I knew at the time Jalen was Syracuse, Jay, remember UNLV, and you and
yes,
I were sitting thinking like, how? Because Michigan was really sorry those 2 years before we came in. And one thing Juwan said to me, he like, Webb, listen, we could all go to school together, we're going to start, and this is what got me to. He's like, you and Jay known each other forever, but me and you can switch on defense. And I knew that Juwan was a great defender. And all I kept thinking was, man, and here's a big fella that could pass, and he was unselfish. And we played against Juwan's team all through high school. So it was Jalen and I at first at 12 years old, but I became so close with Juwan probably at 15 that he would call our phone. And if Illinois did not go on probation that year and he could have played for his team up in Champaign, I don't know if there would have been a Fab Five. So when Juwan kind of was out of that Mr. Basketball and let me go to let me think where to go, Juwan was the first to really say Michigan, because Jalen and I was like, man, we want to play together, but they kind of sorry, how are we going to do this? So it was a group effort, and I remember being in the room with Jalen when we first got the schedule. And we went through, and I remember going, man, we're going to win this game. Jalen like, we can win this game. We might lose this game. And we were like, man, we might only lose 4 games this year. And so I just remember the evolution of dreaming, wanting to be like the UNLVs, wanting to be like all the great teams, and then kind of being in our own cubby hole saying, man, we could do this. But Chuck, it was the best feeling to be able to play with your friends at that time when the word team and family really meant a lot. And it's always been one of the most special groups that I've ever been a part of.
Yo, you just reminded me of something. Chuck, when you guys had the dream team, that same year, C-Webb, remember, we played against the Soviets in downtown Detroit at Cobo Hall. And our all-star team literally included Detroit players and Juwan. That was our international team.
Wow.
We played against a professional Soviet Union team. And also, when we were in high school, Juwan's Chicago team came to St. Cecilia and played against us. And coincidentally, C-Webb, I saw Bushon Leonard last night for the first time in years, who you grew up around the corner from, literally. And Juwan's Chicago team and our Michigan AAU team got into a fight.
A big fight.
The game stopped.
I was standing on the side holding Juwan like this, and we're looking, and at Orchard Lake too. We got a couple fights with this team.
I got 2 things real quick.
Okay, sure.
Who won the Soviet game that you just talked about?
We did.
All right.
We did.
Number 2?
Yes.
How many games did the Super Friends lose?
For real, the only time I remember us getting spanked, for real, is when we was in St. Louis 13 under. We played against Grant Hill.
Oh, let me tell you this story, EJ.
I remember us. They had uniforms. They had fans flying. You know what I'm saying? We was like, oh, we about to crush them.
EJ, we thought we were so good. EJ, 12 years old, a ragtag bunch. Rick Mahorn, he used to support and sponsor us after, and a bunch of guys. So we had a lot of people pour into us, and we go, we're feeling ourselves because we used to play older teams and we win. We get out of Monroe, Michigan. We go to St. Louis, man, and to me, that was a life-changing moment because I saw Jamal Mashburn and I said, I don't know what the hell I'm about to do. I saw Sean Bradley.
Right.
Sean Bradley walked in and we're 14. This guy's 7'5", and I'm like, what's going on? Yep. So that experience for us Detroiters that knew everything, that thought the world was ours, to go out there and see, oh my God, they're much more experienced out here than we thought. That was a special trip, and it really changed the way that we focused on basketball.
But it would have been better if we didn't stay up all night. We was out till like 5 in the morning. Just for no reason, just 14. Walking around. Happy to be out of the hood. We just walking around,
Jay, we were out of the hood into another hood. Let's be honest. That was another hood, dude.
Hey,
we didn't leave the hood. We just moved.
You just moved to another hood?
St. Louis, sorry, but yeah, that ain't like that was better than Detroit.
Hey, you know, when I went to Auburn, I felt a type of way because football is so, it's just King Kong. And it used to piss me off so bad. We'd go in the dining hall, and us and the swimmers and the other sports ate, and we'd have like hamburgers and hot dogs and shit like that. And then I like, well, you got to be out the dining hall by 7. And we're like, why? Because the football team's coming in. Then you see them putting out steak and lobster, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. This is some bull. So, and obviously, we know how
teach you to play hoop at a football school.
Are you serious right now? We got hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
And then like y'all got to be out by 7, and like we had to rush. We had to rush out of practice to eat. We had to be out by like 6:55. And then you walking out and you see they getting steak and lobsters. Did y'all feel that type of way at Michigan?
The first year I felt that way. The first year, you know, our time in Michigan was great. We had everybody from the Heisman winner in Desmond to, you know, really great football teams. So I remember we used to have these mentor lunches or mentor dinners. And that was the only thing we wanted to go to, because when the mentors came, we ate great, but we made a lot of comments, especially Jalen, about what we were given to eat then and what. I want to hear your thoughts on that, Jay.
Chuck, I'm you. I complain the whole time. And Michigan is 100% a football school. And by the way, respectfully, and I'm a season ticket holder and I'm an alum and Fab Five. Shout to Dusty May. I love him very much, and I think we're going to win it this year. But to this day, Michigan still hasn't acknowledged the Fab Five, and our banners are not up. That's definitely a football school. And I know people are not going to like this, EJ. If we went to Michigan State, they would treat us different because that's a basketball school. So you're exactly right, Chuck. And yes, the football team, when you having 115, 120,000 every Saturday, that's a football school. That's what it's going to be. And we did sense that, we did feel that, and we still sense and feel that right now as we're not being acknowledged by the university.
Hey, when I saw you guys play, tell me if this is accurate, there was a joy with an edge, or maybe more than an edge of anger, correct?
I think it was a joy with the edge of, we know where we come from, we better make the most of this. And let's show the people where we're from how much fun we're having. In my opinion, before we went out every game, everybody said something different. But I was like, our moms, our family, the neighborhood is watching. And I remember having a feeling that we were taking everybody that we knew with us on a national platform, because there was no TV then, or there was no internet then and other things. So you got your reward from going back home, talking to people and them saying, man, I felt so proud of you. I can't believe that you guys did it. So for me, it was like, oh yeah, we had that edge, and we had a true friendship. A true friendship where guys would sacrifice, where guys wanted to win, where we could hold each other accountable. And EJ, I think it all started with the true friendship that we had, because basketball on the court was, I won't say easy, but it was easier than saying watching Juwan's grandmother pass away the day he signed with Michigan. Or it was easier knowing the stories that Ray and Jimmy or what Juwan or Jalen had gone through. And so we had a real commitment to each other. And I think that's what people saw, the commitment that we had behind closed doors to each other. And having that commitment allowed us to have so much more fun on the floor, because we sincerely trusted each other. And that's what, to me, was one of the best things about playing together.
And I want to bring y'all into the locker room. I know I'm the founder of a school, and I know people might take this clip and be like, oh, he's talking like this. So I want to do a precursor to what I'm about to say. You remember, where when we got in the huddle, the thing that we said was nut check. And what that meant was one for all for one. Like, there's nobody bigger than the program. And that's how we moved on campus. That's how we moved during the games. That's how it was at study hall. It was, and this was at a time where you needed to go back to the dorm and check the answering machine. And a lot of people don't realize me and Weld were roommates our freshman year. And at Michigan, to your point, Chuck, we didn't have a bathroom. We had the community bathroom at the end of the hall.
So tell EJ what you did. So tell EJ what you did. I'm going to break this story up. Sorry, EJ.
I want to hear it.
You can't just say bathroom and then just go to that, Jay. You got to keep it going. I know you get to the point.
So there may have been a time when we had 1 or 2 40 ounces, and once we finished those 40 ounces, we might have filled them up with urine because we didn't just feel like going to the end of the hall every time to use the bathroom. Like, we lived that life. And
EJ, if you came into our room, it was 100 bottles of beer with pee in it. Because we were not trying to go down the hall to the bathroom. To be 18 and young. Coke bottles, Faygo bottles, all filled with pee in the room. Because at 11 at night, you didn't want to walk to another floor.
Just watching Jalen's reaction to that is priceless.
Yeah, he didn't like that. His mom also cussed us out about that.
There's nothing worse than a community bathroom.
Imagine our collegiate dating life when we shared a room. Just think about that. We shared a room.
And imagine EJ. Imagine this, EJ. EJ, you're well-versed. Chuck, you guys well-versed guys. You guys listen to, everything. Rock and roll, rap, pop. I'm sure, right? Depending on what mood. I did too. But my roommate, at 11 o'clock at night, he's decided that, when girls came over or we wanted to hang out, he would turn into a rap concert. So you're only hearing Public Enemy from 11 to probably 3 in the morning, which is why our whole 7th floor South Quad wanted to kick us out with our RA. That, that's another story as well, Jalen. But we enjoyed college. I'll just put it that way, Chuckster.
It's a great time of the year.
When did y'all know that y'all were rock stars?
I felt like it initially, when we went to KMEL Summer Jam. And all of the artists knew who we were.
After our freshman year.
Yeah, it was the biggest Summer Jam concert happening. So it was TLC, MC Hammer, EPMD, Naughty by Nature. Like, every artist from across the country was at this show. And being friends, shout to Lionel B, Digital Underground, Money B, Clee, the family. We got a chance, Too Short. We got a chance to have VIP treatment. And for them to all know who we were and stuff like that, a young Tupac Shakur, getting a chance to meet him, it was just really awesome that they knew our names. And at that time, that's when I felt like, we're doing something special.
I'm not talking about after the season. I'm talking about when y'all went on the road. Because y'all when you went on the road, the Fab Five are coming to town, it's going to be sold out. That's what I meant. I mean, obviously after the season, everybody knew, but I'm talking about when y'all went on the road the first time, and you're like, oh, this is something different.
I think when we played Duke at home, Chuck, because it was a football school. So, again, this is the year you have a Heisman winner, you have all this going on in Michigan, and people on that Saturday wanted to come to our game. And that was the first time ever in Michigan I heard people talking about the basketball game over it. We had to move the student section down. It was a whole kind of reintroduction of the basketball program. And when we played Duke, and all the comments of the fans and the football fans, and to see how on campus, we were kind of up there with the other team, that was, for me, it. And I'm sure there are other examples when we went on the road and they had some pretty good chants. Because when you have chance and you get booed on your way out, you've made it. But Chuck, I think at home, after losing that game and seeing how the fans' reaction was, because we didn't even have TVs in the dorm to watch SportsCenter. So a lot of times we had to, figure out what was the national thought about us. But I really realized that our first big game playing against Christian Laettner and those guys that, wow, we have something special. The people feel us right now.
And how about this one, C-Web? And I agree with that, so I'll just give a different answer. How about the first time we hooped at the dorm? And see, players don't even hoop outside anymore. When we first all moved in the dorm and arrived, we went outside and was hooping behind the dorm. And it was almost like the Rucker. Everybody was outside of their dorm rooms, windows, watching us play. We was throwing lobs, we was laughing. That was the first time we actually all were in the same place at the same time playing together.
See, well, let me ask you this, and I'm not, forgive me for doing this, but I want to ask you, because you and I have known each other a long time. But I'm just wondering, on the other side of the timeout game, how did that impact you? How did that change you, and what did it teach you?
Well, I always say this, EJ, if I had one game to show my children, right, and they never saw me play or anything, I would show them the timeout game. Because that game, I was the best player on the floor. I led points in scoring and rebounding and others. And I would show them how it doesn't matter, that you can have a great game and you can still lose. And I would hope that their thought would be, damn, Daddy was that good and he continued to get better after the worst moment. So I hope that's what it proves, because it took a lot and a lot of wonderful people around me to keep encouraging me. And, luckily I was the #1 pick right after and things like that. But it was a difficult process right after calling it, because you feel lonely, what you did, what others did, how it could have gone. You're mad at God, you're mad at yourself, you're happy that you have another opportunity. You know what I mean? There's just so many mixed emotions that one, I'm proud of definitely how I handled it after with my father, having a father, knowing you can't blame, take whatever rap they're going to give you and continue, don't be bitter. And so, Ernie, it's been it's always a work in progress to continue to try to get better. And so it was tough going through that. And then, Chuck, you kind of asked earlier, when did we know we were rock stars? Well, one of the things that lets you know rock stars is the validation of your peers. And so a lot of NBA dudes reached out like, oh, man, don't worry about that. This is what you need to do. It was encouragement to get to the next level. So, EJ, I leaned on a lot of people to get through it. And, I wouldn't change a thing. There's so many mistakes that we make in life. And what I've learned is that how we define ourselves is really how we handle our moments. And so for me, there's so many teams that were #1 that you don't even remember.
That's a hell of an answer, man. It really is. And I'm wondering, Jalen, try to take me into that locker room after that game. And what did you say to Chris?
And so this is the amazing thing about team sports. It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And what I really hate, it was almost like when I saw Kevin Johnson talking about Charles not having a ring and people saying things to him about it. What I really hate is I feel like I played my worst game that night of all season. I feel like that was my personal worst game. So I was pissed at myself. I wasn't even tripping on the timeout situation. I was so mad at myself about how I personally played. And so I didn't really digest, the gravity of people feeling like that cost us the game. I felt like I cost us the game in my head. And so as it took place and we were leaving and the media stuff happened or whatever, and obviously I saw how the media was responding to it. I always appreciated C-Well's family and his parents. They were there for us. They were there for him. We was obviously there for each other. And the funny thing is, truthfully, and I don't know you remember this, C-Well, is when you say rock stars, Chuck, we lost the game. But when we was walking to the club afterwards, everybody else was waiting in line. We walked right in.
So I want to ask you about Ray and Jimmy, because obviously you and Chris and Juwan had amazing NBA careers. And those guys were kind of in and out. How did y'all handle, because it had to be traumatic for them. How did you guys do the best as a friend in that situation for those two guys?
Coincidentally, Chuck, and thank you for asking about them. We love them as well. Both of them were literally at my house 3 days ago in Detroit. And the thing that I appreciate about both of them is they have a chance to be upset or bitter about the journey, and they're not. Because I might be if I was one of them. And what I mean is, if you look at the NIL situation right now, they would be millionaires beyond playing in the league or whatever. And they sacrificed a lot. Both of them could have went to other schools and been the guy and made the league or whatever. But what a lot of people don't remember also is we were disliked. And there were a lot of people that were trying to do what they could to keep us out of the league. Think about it. See, Webb got traded after his rookie year. Like, there are a lot of people that disliked him.
Free agent. No, free agent. I had a nice contract, Jay. I had a nice contract after my rookie year.
Right. My baby signed a 15-year deal. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that no more.
Well, I always thank Shaq because I was the first rookie of the year to be able to opt out his contract and keep up with the man that was next. And there was nobody at that time better than to be after than the big fella. So, but yeah, I wasn't traded. I just put that in there, Zay.
Yes, indeed. But Chuck, they sacrificed everything. They sacrificed their stats. They sacrificed their opportunities. They sacrificed their careers for the Fab Five name, team, and brand. And I'm forever grateful to them because, as I mentioned, if I was Ray Jackson and I never got a chance to play in the league, I'd be pissed off. You know, I would probably be bitter about the journey. And so for him to be able to be as mature as he is and be the leader and the man and the father, and the same with Jimmy and the professional that they are, you know, I just love and admire both of those guys.
You know, you introduced me to Jimmy in San Francisco a couple years ago, and I was like, yo, man, I just want to thank you. And I've only said that twice because when I saw Sidney Moncrief at the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and he had the three musketeers with him. And I said, yo, man, this is like a religious experience for me. Because Sidney Moncrief, one of the greatest dudes I've ever met. Mm-hmm. And I remember them three dudes on the cover of Sports Illustrated, the Three Musketeers from Arkansas. And I felt the same way when I met I don't think I've ever met Ray, but we were working a game in the finals, me and Jalen. He brought Jimmy over, and it was pretty cool. I said, yo, man, this is pretty cool for me to meet you. I just that was so much fun and special because the one thing about sports is snapshots. Like, oh, I remember Birds, Celtics. I remember Magic, Lakers. I remember Michael's Bulls, Popovich, Spurs. Like, there's been a million players, but there's certain people who like, oh, I got a chance to watch, Greg Popovich and the Spurs. That was a big deal. Michael, Magic, Larry. I'm trying to think. Steph's Warriors. You know, I might even throw LeBron's because LeBron won at different places, but obviously he won there. But like the Fab Five, this is their time of the year. I mean, it is so cool. And I get to work with these two dudes. And you always hope. And Jalen, I want you to touch on your school because, man, that's pretty incredible. Because we all try to figure out what's next when it's over. And it's hard, man. It's hard. You know, I see players all the time, and I said, man, if you got any bad habits, it's going to end badly. Because I'm not calling anybody dumb, because I know by the time the internet gets to, they're going to say I'm calling people dumb. Like, none of us are educated. Because we went to school for a couple years, then you go in the NBA for double-digit years, then it's over, and you're like, I call it being an alien. They're like, what do I do now? And I'm proud of both of you guys have kept it going. But Jalen, give me a quick little cliff notes on your school.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. And we admire you and EJ, and we know we stand on the shoulders of giants. And as I mentioned to you the last time I saw you, we wore your shoes when we saw you do an interview and know who we were. Like when you played against C-Webb in the playoffs, that was monumental.
Yeah, I didn't know they was going to make a damn commercial about when he dunked on me.
And we didn't know you was going to score 54. Jay, keep going, man. Let's talk about the playoff game, man.
I mean, that was monumental. And then Chuck D, simple and plain. Give me the lane. I'll throw it down your throat like Barkley.
Like Barkley.
That's classic. That's classic. Yeah. And so that time until now, I never thought I'd be the founder of a school. We're 16 years in. We're an open enrollment public school in Detroit that's graduated 1,000 students. We currently have 400 students in the building. And we uniquely, provide CTE certificate training along with trying to get our young people diplomas. They wear uniforms. They submit their cell phones. We have rotating teachers without desks in the class. That has improved teaching and learning. And I'm really just proud. We have an amazing school leader in Jasmine Allen, and the work that's being done from the community to our founding team to our board members. I'm just really proud of all of the work that's being done. And when you guys come to Detroit, whether it's for the conference finals or the NBA finals, I would love to give you guys a tour of the school and meet the students.
We will be there, Jalen. I appreciate the offer.
Let me ask you this one question about your school. So I've been doing some homework on different things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I have. Because that's part of that's part of the money that I give to these different schools. So I've always stressed education, especially the young black kid. That's one of the reasons I made the role model commercial. But they're telling me they're concerned, some of the teachers are concerned because of AI. They're trying to push young black kids to be like carpenters, electricians, and plumbers because education would not be irrelevant, but it won't be as important as it used to be because of AI. Have y'all discussed that at your school?
Absolutely, and it's almost like the biggest trick that the devil played is that God didn't exist. Like that's just not accurate. One of the things about AI, it's a tool, and it's obviously something that young people are able to capitalize on and take advantage of in a lot of different ways, and Claude and all of that. But the other thing is, I tell young people, I want to introduce you to a word called hustle, where there's more than one way to make money. And so just like Charles, you were a student athlete, you can also have a trade but be a student. You could also still go to a 2-year, 4-year trade school, military, cosmetology, whatever you decide to do, and still be educated. And so when you go to a classroom right now and you ask young people, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? You're going to get the same 4 answers. You're going to get social media influencer, athlete, entertainer, actor, rapper. Like rinse and repeat, those are going to be the... And I'll say, yeah, you can be all of that, right? But what we going to do until that happens? And so it's very important for young people to attain skills along the way. How many jobs did you guys have growing up? Just think about that. How many jobs did all of you guys have growing up? C-Webb, I know you had 150 jobs, Charles and Ernie, because that's how we were raised.
Yes. Yep.
To have multiple things until your goals happen.
Yep. Super X drugstore. Security guard at the U.S. Open.
Governor Snow.
I know I'm going to regret saying this.
Yeah.
I had a job as a pipe beater. And I know...
Please, what the heck is that?
Again? Please say that again for the people in the back.
Hey, see, Webb, I know I was going to get
the internet going to go crazy on that one.
I had a job as a pipe beater. And it was the worst job I've ever had.
What the hell is a pipe beater?
So a pipe beater is... They get these big, long
Pipes.
No, well, they're kind of like they're big round. They're like this wide around, and they're like 20, 30 feet, 50 feet long, and they have about this much tar on them. Mm-hmm. So you have to recycle them, but you have to beat the tar off the pipes.
Yeah. I wonder where that phrase came from.
Worst job in the history of civilization.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Mike Deason, who gave me that job. And
you and Mike used to beat the pipes together?
Yes, they did.
Hey, Mike Deason, I love Mike D. Hey, Jay, let me tell you something. After about 3 or 4 hours, you had this big sledgehammer, how you want to sound it.
It's not a sledgehammer.
You just beat a pipe for hours. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is the stupidest
How long did you have that job?
A week.
Yeah. I'm surprised you gave it that long.
I quit after a week.
That's a pretty good place to end this thing.
Jalen, let me show you my kids real quick, if that's okay.
Of course.
Come here, Mac and L, because the last time I had them with Chuck, they were
crying.
Hey!
What's happening?
Chuck, he's the guy up there with the wrestling pants in the picture that I showed you on with the wrestling pants. Remember I told you my favorite player looked like a
thank God
wrestler?
them kids look like their mama.
Yeah, hey.
Look at that.
Now that is a great way.
You know, I just asked him. I said, "How old are the twins now?"
Yeah.
He said 9. That's unbelievable.
Chris Webber,
awesome.
Jalen Rose, thank you guys. Thanks for your honesty. Thanks for your friendship. Thanks for giving us some time today, man. This has been a trip for us.
Love you, EJ. Love you, Chuck.
Love you guys.
Hey, we love you guys, man.
Love
Go
you,
Wolverines.
Love you too. Thank you guys.
Love y'all.
Stay away from them Arizona Wildcats, boy.
That's true.
I know that's
true.
Right.
They both said that like they know what you mean. That was awesome.
That was awesome, man.
Man,
They
could have done that all day
Mars
long.
Man. Oh, the kids are cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank God they look like Erica.
Chuck and Ernie in Steam Room. Come and join us in Steam Room. Chuck and Ernie in Steam Room. Leave your towel on in Steam Room.
Chuck and Ernie in the steam room. Chuck and Ernie in the steam room. Leave your towel on in the steam room.
Oh, we welcome you back.
That's why they
into the
call me
steam
Old Brown
room.
Eyes.
Yeah, they do here in Atlanta, where we always wrap it up with a couple of things. The Chuck's answering machine and Good for the Soul. A couple of calls on the answering machine. Is that the same old? Is that the same graphic?
It looked like it.
Or is that a thinner head on you?
Oh,
Is it new?
it's new, but it needs to be even thinner.
Alana is, by the way, Alana's in the chair today. Producing for the first time, and we appreciate that. Great to have Alana in here. And she says,
let me pick these ratings up off the floor.
Yeah, she says that is a new headshot.
It still should be smaller, Alana. Alana, if you want to keep working around here, make my head smoller. I know
that would help all of us.
I know
if
I'm
you
going to
would.
regret that.
All right.
Because next week, I'm going to have like a peanut head.
404-987-0330 is the number.
Thank you, Alana.
Roll it.
Hello, world. This is Charles Barkley. Leave me a message.
Hey, Chuck. Hey, EJ. Loyal Steamer Andrew from Minnesota here. With the Oscars this Sunday, I'm curious if you saw what Timothée Chalamet said about nobody caring about ballet or opera anymore. Chuck, I know you have ties to the opera. I just watched your 1993 Nike commercial that I honestly think deserves an Oscar itself. Would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks.
What'd you think? What'd you think of Timothée Chalamet?
First of all, I love Timothée Chalamet.
Do you love opera? Do you love ballet?
They're all right.
Have you been to either?
Neither.
Okay.
But I saw everybody overreact to Timothée Chalamet's comments, and I was bothered by the reaction. We're to the point now where you can't even joke around. I guarantee you, Timothée Chalamet, and I have met him. He's a big Inside fan, so every time we see him at a game, he always comes say hello. But
Met him last year during the playoffs.
I guarantee you, he's been to the opera and the ballet.
Sure.
But it was we're to the point now where people can't joke at all. And that's the only thing that bothers me. I thought he was just trying to be funny, and you can't even be funny and cute anymore. That's the world we live in.
Can't be funny and cute?
Yeah, like when you make like stuff you say that was cute and funny, you can't even say it anymore.
Somebody's going to
be offended.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say there's a great line on Ted Lasso. The girl, I forget her name. I love her too.
Hannah.
Yes, Waddington.
Waddington, yeah.
She says, so Roy came in one time and she says, "Oh, I know this person. You're the guy, if we gave you a bowl of soup, you would still be hungry." And he says, "What?" He says, "You're just never happy." Yeah. I thought that's one of the greatest lines ever. Some people have to complain about something. They're never happy. Like I say, you give them a bowl of soup, they're still hungry. They just want more soup. Okay. I thought that was one of the greatest lines ever. Some people just love to complain. So, no, I thought it was he was trying to be funny.
Yep.
And people who love ballet and opera didn't laugh.
And you are not one of them.
I can laugh, Ernie. I can.
I'm just saying.
That's funny.
I'm just saying people who love ballet and opera, and you're not one of them.
I don't dislike them.
They're there. And,
I've never
you're not
been
going to partake.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
I won't sit around. No.
See, no, don't Chalamet this thing. Let's go to the next call.
This is Mr. Copeland.
Hey, Chuck and Ernie, this is Caitlin. Because Pie Day's coming up, I wanted to know what your favorite dessert and pizza pies are. Mine are probably a margarita pizza and a pumpkin pie. Let me know.
Thank you very much for the call. Pie Day, 314, March 14th, 3.14.
That girl, she said pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie?
She's got to be black, right?
And why do you have to be black to like pumpkin pie?
Because that's a black staple.
I can't enjoy pumpkin pie?
I'm just telling you, it's a big dessert in the hood.
And you're telling me I can still enjoy it?
I don't know many white people who eat pumpkin pie,
get
Ernie.
out of town, man. That's some of the, of all the silly stuff you've said.
No,
that may be.
Ernie, go ask any black person. Pumpkin pie is a staple in the community.
Okay.
But
it's also like a staple at Thanksgiving tables around the country.
Yeah, but white people have like apple pie, cheesecake, and stuff like that. In the hood, we gonna have pumpkin pie. Wait, what's the other name for that? 'Cause they got two names for pumpkin pie.
Sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie,
sweet potatoes pie, pumpkin pie. That's not the one I was thinking of. They got a couple of, but it's all the same.
Very good.
For pizza.
Yeah.
Well, in a perfect world, pepperoni.
And this is not.
Pepperoni, sausage, and green olives or jalapenos. That's a perfect scenario. Like a lot of places don't have those, so I just go pepperoni and sausage. But in a perfect world, pepperoni, sausage, green olives, which is the greatest thing ever. But if they don't have green olives, I'll take jalapeno.
And a little pineapple.
See, there you go again. There you go, making up stuff. Pineapple does not go on pizza, Ernie.
Oh, I would, a lot of folks get pineapple on their pizza.
That don't make it right.
I know, but I'm just saying. At one point you never heard of that, and now.
Yeah, because it's not a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Oh, man.
Okay, I know. I know what buttons to push with you. Good for the soul.
See, that's the kind of, you be making up shit. Like you get mad at me because I cut up my pancakes and my steak.
Yeah, I do. I don't get mad at you. I just shake my head in disbelief at you.
You cut your whole steak up so you don't have to keep cutting.
So it cools off.
It don't cool off.
That's a really good idea.
You put that Heinz 57
on it.
It's
a really good idea.
And you put that syrup on it. It don't get no.
Yeah, well, you get that.
How long? Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? You driving Miss Daisy to eat?
What?
It don't take that long to eat no damn steak.
Well, no, not for you apparently. Good for the soul?
Yes.
EJ is good for the soul.
I think that would be a great way to end the show.
Love that idea.
Good idea, Ernie. A toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town.
So good for the soul this week.
This is going to be good.
Chief Aaron Edwards, New York Police Department. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Great snapshot.
Oh!
How about this dude? It's when those two kids, the teenagers, had the bombs that they were throwing.
I did see it on CNN the other day.
And that photo, I mean, and a lot of times, Chuck, photos are even better than videos.
I agree.
Because just look at this. Look at his eyes. Look at, the whole thing. The
How
determination. I'm not sure of his age, but he said, all I was thinking when he saw the kid throw the bomb that luckily did not go off was, I just got to catch the bad guy.
Man, you know what's amazing about that picture? Somebody actually got it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a cameraman who, because you have to be ready to take pictures. You can't just get that up there in that time. That is a great picture, Ernie.
It's just it'll become iconic to me. That's just it's just a classic, and just shouting him out because man, it takes something
I saw him on
special.
CNN.
Yeah, it takes something really special to have that inside you.
I know. Me and James, my bodyguard, have had this conversation about cops all the time when something happened. And he gets frustrated because the public never emphasizes the great things that cops do. They only emphasize the bad things they do. And it drives him crazy because they do way more good than bad. But we live in a society where let's point out the negative. I'm never going to talk bad about cops, ever. Because who the hell are you going to call when bad stuff happens? When they're wrong, they should be penalized and things like that. But, man, the majority of these cops out there doing the best they can.
Yep.
Yes.
And that image.
That's a great image, Ernest. You did good, Ernest.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
You know what? I'm going to miss you.
When?
The next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll see you at the Final Four.
That's 3 weeks away.
I know. Well, you can miss me for a couple of weeks, and I'll see you at the Final Four. We'll have a joyous reunion.
Oh, can't wait. St. Elmo's on Chuck.
St. Elmo's on Chuck.
St. Elmo's on Chuck.
It's going to be a tough place to get in during the Final Four.
Google me.
Unless you're Charles Barkley.
Google me.
I can't wait.
Hey, remember last time during COVID, they brought us one to the room?
Was I up there?
You didn't go? You might not have been there.
No, I don't, because I think we kind of stayed back during that time.
No, I went.
But we've been out since then.
Yeah.
And
but I had to give
St. Elmo's with the shrimp cocktail with the sauce and the whole bit. Just a great place.
But because we could only go to the game because of COVID.
Right.
They brought me and Kenny steaks to the room.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
That is very
shout
special.
Out.
Yeah, that's big time shout out. This has been a great show.
Yes, it has.
Chris Webber, Jalen.
By the time y'all say good luck to everybody at March Madness. It's always amazing. I can't wait to see Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis, and going to get to work with the great Nate Burleson because you're going to take some time off. Don't send me no pictures. You know how you send me pictures from the beach with your shirt off? Don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's not attractive.
I sent that to you because I'd had surgery that time, and I said, "Hey, look at this," and you didn't appreciate it.
Look at that bird chest. That's why you like birds so much.
Maybe I
do not. Ernie,
I know you enjoy it when I send you pictures from my bird cam. I know you do. I got an eastern bluebird that came by the other day. I'll send it to you.
Naming birds now.
Yes, sir.
It's just a bird, y'all.
My favorite.
There's no different birds. They're just birds.
Again, with the silliness. Thank you all for being here, loyal Steamers. We appreciate you. Talk to you next time.